Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 13, lucky number 13 of Neverwinter Nights Adventure Series number 12, Prophet Chapter 3, That Which is Destined. We've got the Mark of the Prophet, but we've also got this Blessed Narnia route, but we really have got the selanthier. And we're going to use it today on the tree in the Senrad. I reckon before we go, we can't rest. Oh, there's a guard across the way bothering us. Let's come in here and we will rest. And, we'll get ready to use the selanthier on the last created portal, which was created by Lord Evenorn in order to leave it for us to find and head to the Aggerfjor area in the north. So let's not waste any time. We have everything we want from here. Let's go. Surprisingly, Lord Deladosin has not attacked us or wanted any beef.
Yes?
You return. Please forgive me, I did not mean to disturb you.
Very well then.
I need
Heed
more.
my words.
Leave this place in peace. The enchanted tree still exudes an eternal vitality. The tree radiates an overpowering aura of vitality and serenity. Touch the tree with a selanthier. Souls of Risselvane. I have left Risselvane and left its inhabitants within their soulless trance. Perhaps such a life is better than no life at all. I didn't know if maybe I had an option to do anything about that. Alright, there should be a cache of items. Somewhere around here. A foreboding forest looms before you. Cool tile set. Is this where the cache of items was left? Let's read that paper again. If I have not returned, you must follow my footsteps across the lattice of life. This selanthier will open a portal to the wilds of northern Evenorn. Follow the forest path rightward to a clearing where I planted a tree to mark the location of a cache of items. Okay. Follow the forest path rightward. So this would be rightward. Okay. Can't exactly go rightward. And I guess we can go in the forest path first, which is this way. And what awaits us? Winter wolves. I think we can just fight them straight up. Wall of fire might have worked, but they're not really posing much of a threat. Rightward to where he planted a tree. Here is the rightward. Feel yourself drawn to the rightward path. Tree. Tree. We can't reach the tree. Among the roots of this tree you can see a strange metallic chest. It is entirely embedded among the roots as if the tree was planted upon it and grew around it over several decades. You will have to chop down the tree to remove the chest.
I will not let you do this!
Metallic chest. We've got Evenorn's notebook, letter from Evenorn, and a pendant of the glyphs. What's the pendant of the glyphs? When worn, the gem in this pendant glows faintly. The light it emanates can illuminate hidden glyphs inscribed upon the very air. Let's check out the letter. The letter was sealed within a small metal box you found hidden in the roots of a tree. My old friend, I can only hope that it is you who reads these words. Only you should have found your way to the barren wilderness where I have hidden this message. I shall be very glad when we meet once again, when you have returned the world of the living. There is so much to discuss. So much has happened since you left for the deserts of Aggerfjor. I have learned much in my studies and left some of my notes for you here, along with the means to find me. I have inscribed hidden glyphs to mark my passage, and the amulet in this box will reveal to you their presence. I do not know where my journey will take me or what secrets I will learn, but I promise you that I will find the way to end this century of sorrow. Come to my aid. Sincerely, Evenorn selanthier. In Evenorn's notebook. Small notebook describes some of the results of Lord Evenorn's research into the Herazars in the Century of Sorrow. It seems to have been transcribed from a larger piece of text that he presumably still has with him. I am certain of it now. The Century of Sorrow was caused by breaking the balance between the elements of our existence, fire and water, air and earth, life and death. That is why the sun withers in the sky and the dead rise from their graves to wage war against the living. These are merely signs of the misalignment of elements, and if the balance is restored, then all will return to harmony. And so there is still hope for the world. But how can the balance be restored? How can the days be prevented? I am certain that the answers lie among the ruins of Ymrith Arduin, the ancient capital of the extinct race known as the Herazars. The earliest mention of the Herazars I have come across is from the archives of Soldanar, the elven kingdom predating Lindlatharn. Here follows the account of Lethnillir, historian of Selandria, of House Selandria. From the 112th to the 117th century, a great human empire existed in the west, extending eastward from the edge of the Obsidian Sea to the Feyredan Seaway and northward from the Sea of Storms to the Endless Plain. It was known as Arduin, and its people called themselves the Herazars. They were a warlike people bent on conquest, and for centuries their empire ruled the Western world. In 11,568 LC, Elder Ishtakir signed a peace treaty with the Harazars, fixing their borders at the banks of the river Nihiril, but just 86 years later his trust was betrayed. A terrible war ensued, threatening the line of Suldanar. And just when the hope of Elvendom seemed lost, the Harazars disappeared. Sometime in the second half of the 117th century, they simply vanished from the world. Some notes of explanation. Lethnalear describes dates using the Elven long count calendar, which implies that the events he described took place about 12,000 years ago. Some of the places to which he refers still carry the same names, such as the Obsidian Ocean or the river Nihiril in the common tongue, but others are unknown to me. From what I can tell, the Empire of Arduin covered all that is now known as Beleriand and Sardathia, as well as the Kalimnir Mountains and the Udanar. Perhaps the Juntar Plains were also part of the empire, but that is unclear. All of this was so long ago that even Elven records are difficult to interpret. But what all of my research confirms is that there has indeed existed a great human civilization that vanished about 12,000 years ago, and the seat of its power was somewhere in the far north, probably beyond the peaks of Aggerfjor. The following is an excerpt from the ancient epic poem Verthudis by Orlia Yilganeth, loosely translated from Old Elvish. Through the unweaved gate they stepped, pride at their side, light at their back, boldly seeking to know all that there is to know. But another entered, cold, merciless, a hunger of worlds. So easily he placed his chains around their hearts, and so the pinnacle of men fell. Those who would be kings instead became slaves. Their bodies turned to tools, their minds to shelves upon which thoughts would be placed by others. And thus for their pride they were punished for 1,000 years. I believe that these verses refer to the first fall of the Harazars when they vanished from the world at the peak of their power. Scholars speculate that the Harazars were attempting to conquer the astral planes and found within them an enemy that even they could not match. Legends have it that the astral webs that bind the planes were once ruled by a cold-hearted race of monsters known as the Illithid, who have the ability to control the minds of others. I believe the Harazars fell victim to the Illithid and became their slaves for 1,000 years. That is why their empire faded. How they escaped is unclear, but it seems they did. Legend has it that upon the lands of their former empire they built a great city called Ymreth Arduin. I believe I may have found some clues as to the location of Ymreth Arduin. Here follows the account of Ragnath, a dwarven explorer who claims to have ventured far beyond the peaks of the Aggerfjor about 100 years ago. On the third day of the 7th week, we finally saw the edge of the great mountains. The Northmen were right. Beyond the Aggerfjord lies a great plain, frozen all throughout the year. After burying Fylgjor and performing the rites of Dumathorin, we began our descent. The land beyond the mountains was even more barren than the tundra of the Urdanar and more hostile than Dragonscar Ridge. Here, only ice trolls and arctic bears make their homes, and many times we thank Grobnirim for his gift of the warming cloaks. Scattered all across the icy fields, we observe the signs of what appear to have been once some kind of civilization. No buildings remain save for what we found encased in millennia of ice, thus protected from the eroding winds. Some of these artifacts we recovered despite the protests of Friar Heraldum. Surely they would be worth a fortune in gold or knowledge, but we saw no sign of the fabled city, no spires of gold or ancient magic. We resolved to continue our search for another week before tragedy struck. While investigating the curious crater of ice, we were ambushed by the largest bugbears my eyes ever did see. Their skin was pure white, and they wore the pelts of polar bears, concealing them well against the blinding snow. Before we knew what was happening, Cagnir and Heraldum lay dead. Severely outnumbered, we had no choice but to flee, leaving behind our fallen comrades, all the artifacts we had found, and most of our food supplies. We returned to the cache left at the foot of the Aggerfjord only to learn that it had been found and taken, no doubt by a patrol of frost goblins. We were defeated, and so, shamed, cold and starving, we made our way back across the peaks of Aggerfjord. Fate took pity upon us then, and our return passage was surprisingly uneventful. I cannot describe the relief I felt when I finally saw again the village of Scarenfell and our old allies. I am certain that Ragnath and his party came across the ruins of the ancient Hirazai civilization. If I can retrace their steps, then I am certain to find it, and indeed, fortune is with me. Upon an old map of northern Urdanar, I found the name Scarenfell, and it is indeed near the mountain pass known as Dragonscar Ridge. That is where I shall begin my search. Awesome. Very interesting. Alright, so we have to put this hidden glyph item on. There's a glyph right there. It's pointing this way. Big hole. Oh, you can go in the hole. Do we want to go in the hole? I don't see any glyphs. I guess that's the only way. Here, beneath the roots of trees, some mushrooms have made their home. It is a good place to rest. Is it implying we rest down here? Okay. It's pointing this way. Where's the next glyph? Oh, there's a glyph up here? There it is. Where's my hound Archon? Yikes. There's a glyph. Paw prints. These are the tracks of a large bear, probably a northern grizzly. Don't underestimate its ferocity. Let us be careful. There is no telling who or what lives beyond that wall. Oh, goat. Scarenfall. Another warrior. Humans. There are still humans this far north.
Stop.
Who goes there? My name is Karini Kovaleski. I come from the Southern Lands. You lie! The Southern Lands are lost. Not all is lost. There are some who still survive. Looks closely at your face. Can it be? You are none of the undead? I am as alive as you are. Now tell me, what is this place? You better come with me. Very well. Torleth Treasures. Ooh, I can't wait to check that place out.
Well, hello there.
And who might you be? My name is Karini Kovaleski, and I am named Larian Tilanangraneth. We come from the Southern Lands. So I am told. This is most extraordinary. Why? Because we have not heard from the land south of the Kaumnir in more than 15 years. Our last report said the kingdoms had all fallen to the armies of Ragnarok. Ragnarok? The end of days, the blight that devours our world. It has not devoured the world yet. There are still those who survive in the south. Is that right? His face brightens. Does Asgard still stand? No, the kingdom of Valyria has fallen, as has Sardathi and Akaban, as have the elven forests. Indeed. Then little remains. We know that the dwarves have retreated into their mines. We believe they too are dead. There is no more hope for the world. Perhaps there is. In fact, that is why we are here. Oh, I'm searching for a man, an elven wizard named Lord evenorn selanthier. Evenorn? His eyes widen. Do you know him? I have heard of him, yes, from my father. Lord evenorn is a great hero to our people. He is a hero to you? Yes, he came to our aid during what has come to be known as the Year of Thunder. Listen. That is when the giants of Aggerfjor swept down from their mountain castles and invaded the Erdinar. If it were not for Evenorn's magic, this small town would surely have fallen. Why did the giants attack? Who knows? Who can understand their frozen hearts? And Lord Evenorn drove them off. Yes, he was truly a mighty wizard. Do you know what happened to him? I do not, for I was but a child when he still walked among us. I believe he was searching for something. Perhaps that is described in the chronicles of the bard Varila. Let me see now. He rises and slowly walks over to a nearby bookshelf. Browses the books. Reads. Here we are. What did you find? It is written here that at the end of the Year of Thunder, Lord Evenorn left to travel north across the Aggerfjor to search for the ruins of an ancient civilization. He was accompanied by one of our strongest warriors, a man named Vigard. What is the Aggerfjor? It is a great mountain range just north from these lands. Some believe it marks the very edge of existence itself. Evenorn believed there is something beyond it. Indeed, he was correct. Beyond the Aggerfjor lies a great frozen plain, but where the very air draws breath and warmth from all who walk across it. And that is where Evenorn Do you know the route that Evenorn and Vigard took? It is written here that they were headed for Dragonscar Ridge, a dangerous journey even for men such as they. What's so dangerous about it? Everything. First, it cuts across Oderheim, the kingdom of the frost giants. They do not take kindly to intruders. Second, the winds that blow across the ridge can carry a grown man in full armor into the air and throw him into a crevice of 5,000 meters as easily as this. Snaps his fingers. Third, the great titan Wild Dragnar has been imprisoned by the gods beneath the Aggerfjor. When he struggles against his chains, the mountains tremble, causing massive avalanches and opening great cracks within the earth itself. And finally, Dragonscar Ridge has earned its name. It is said that above it lies the kingdom of the dragons, who have begun to stir after centuries of slumber. I see. It is indeed a perilous journey. Perhaps it is where Evenorn and Vigard have met their fate. What else is written in that book? Let me see. Reads more, then raises his eyebrow. What is it? It is written here that prior to leaving, Lord Evenorn told us about the coming of a great prophet, a prophet named... Wait for him to say it. He looks at you in awe. A prophet named Karini Kovaleski. Yes, and so I have come. Then I welcome you, madam. It is an honor. Thank you. Lord Evenorn told us that you are the only hope for the remains for this world, that you are the only one who can turn the tides of Ragnarok. Did he say why? Did he say how I could do this? You mean you do not know? I'm afraid not. That is why I've been following him. I believe he has found the answer. Beyond the Aggerfjord, beyond among the frozen plains. Yes, have you ever heard of a race of men known as the Harazars? I have not. What about the kingdom of Ymrath Arduin? Ymrath Arduin? Do you mean Arduin? Arduin? Yes, it is a myth among the giants of Oderheim. It is a tale that strikes fear even into their cold hearts. Can you please tell me this tale? I believe it is said that Arduin was a powerful kingdom that once ruled over all of these lands many thousands of years ago. Even the giants were its slaves, but it is difficult to know the truth, for even it dies under the hand of time. I am certain that Arduin is what Lord Evenorn was searching for. That is where the answers lie, and that is where I must go. Then we of the Erdinar will do all we can to help you. Can you spare some of your men to help us in our journey? I wish I could, friend, but our village is already very vulnerable, and I really could not spare anyone. I see. However, I can send Jorvin here to accompany you as far as the foot of the Aggerfjor. He will direct you towards Drakenscar Ridge. As you wish, Lord Hetman. Thank you. Is there anything else I can do? How about some supplies? I will instruct the weaponsmith Torlith to give you a very fair price on any of his supplies. Speak with him in his store in the center of town. He possesses a variety of items you will find invaluable among the peaks of Aggerfjor. My thanks. We just need a place to rest. Of course, you may rest yourselves in my chambers upstairs. Thank you. You should go now. Come back to speak with me when you are ready for your journey. Let's go check out Torlith's treasures. They are treasures we can buy. I should have carried more of that good loot I left behind.
Yes.
What do you want? I'd like to take a look at your wares, please. Ah, yes, I've been told of you. I can give you a discount on all my normal supplies. Or if you prefer, I can show you some of my special items. Please let me see your special items. Of course. Mithril shirt. Belt of frost strength plus 4. I have belt of hill giant strength plus 3. Tombstar chieftain's armor plus 3. Cloak of fortification, cloak of greatest sanctuary, the gilded defender. Blue dragon armor. Straight sword. 1d8 with piercing 1d8. Random spell battle. Levitating bag. Alright, well, we've got some in our bag that we've got to sell. Let's get this identified. Shield of Holiness. I believe she's lawful good. She can use this. She's not using a shield. She would be using the Glyph of Law. Yeah, let's use that.
Yes.
Or we can use this Animate Dead or Circle of Death. Probably not. No, we can't get anything for it. Ring of Jade we can sell. Gold ring for $449, $449, $391, fluorspar $135, fentanyl $162, fire I get 63, unidentified dagger, the leech, it's a +5 dagger. This weapon is thoroughly evil, a quality undiminished by the number of duplicates that have been found in the past. It pulses with a sickening energy and is moist and yielding grip. It seems almost alive in the hand. All of this adds to the discomforting thought that it may have been grown, not forged. There's no indication what the source of these items might be. Whoa, I get 72,000 for it? Let's think about that. Gold necklace for 2,500. Fine robes for 4. Magic wand, bard, sorcerer, wizard. We can sell that for 1,300. Copper ring for 21, 21, 21. Ring of resistance +2, that's pretty good. Necklace for 450. I have the ring of the dragon, which is immune to fear. Let's put that ring of resistance +2 on. Scarab of protection. Silver necklace for 450. Jewel of Arcady Volthrane. Oh, that was the Journal of the Master. We may read that sometime. Empty Ailstein. Gold Tiara 1400. Gold Chalice 320. Gold Cup 405. Necklace 144. 2500. 100. 78. 78. Dragon Stopper 689. Boots of Striding 5000. I don't know, I might give them to Larian. 5 Garnets for 540. Shield of Holiness for 35,000. Let's sell the wood. The Morning Star identified. Star of Pallas. Though the favored weapons of priests of Pallas is usually the longsword, some of them instead wield morning stars. Some of these are enchanted by the night god himself and empowered to banish undead from the world. Undead 2d6 damage divine +4 versus chaotic. Enhancement bonus +2. 42,000. Mercurial longsword for 6,000. We can sell that. Belt of the Guiding Light, immune to death magic. We'll keep that. 400 for the cup. Quarterstaff +3 for 15,000. Arrows of Madness. Greater Necromancer's Robe. Sell that for 29,000. Wow, we're making a lot of money. Silver necklace for 450. Ring for 111. Lesser Robe of Eyes. This is pretty cool. This came from Evenorn's place. Search and spot +10. True seeing. Dark vision. Bolt of Fire 410. The Failure Claw. This severed hand is all that remains of the Failure. It exudes a powerful aura of evil which can be released thrice per day to cause massive damage to an enemy. Ooh, inflict critical wounds. Yes. That is cool. Blade of Resting Souls. We're just going to go ahead and sell that for 10,000. Icy Blade. Still pretty good. We'll hang on to that. Remove this +5 dagger though. Ring of the Dragon will keep. Immune to fear. Leech. We'll sell for 72,000. Now let's see what they've got. Woman cloaks. Okay, this is his web is regular weapons and items. We have to ask for special items. Masterwork full plate +4. gonna take a lot to get me out of that. So let's ask him about his special items. Actually, first, let's see if Larian can use those boots. He's got the Sandwalker boots. Fire, sonic resist, move silently, +5. I'm going to give him Constitution +2. That's all the Sandwalker boots. Braces of armor, braces, belt of agility. You can use rings. $1,600 for those. I'm gonna buy the belt of Frost Giant Strength and put it on.
This is way too much. I can't take all this.
And the belt of Hill Giant Strength. I'll just sell for $11,000. Spell shield +1 spell resistance. Greater Sanctuary. We better buy some better arrows. Let's buy fire arrows, piercing arrows, arrows +1. Good on potions. %80 of weight, sure, we'll buy it. By the icons of life. What's an ice berry? Uses dragon breath, cold, single use. Let's open up our potion bag. We can use a few more elemental protections. Oh, I seem to have bought all 3 of them. Bull strings for $1,200. Sure. I'm still carrying 200 pounds somehow. It must be in potions and stuff. Oh, the Star of Palace for $42,000. Sell it. Sell the Shield of Holiness. Keep the Belt of Guiding Light. Weight 9.7. Yeah, somehow we're still at 200 pounds. I guess the healing kits don't help. 10 healer's kits plus 1, healer's kits plus 3, 7 healer's kits plus 3. Let's sell those. That's 3 pounds. Let's sell this. That's a pound. And we'll sell that. Cannot sell plot items. This item once belonged to Lord Aaron Baeleth. Put it in the bag. Give Valerian a couple icons of life. We have enough raised dead. Oh, what? That's not raised dead, that's animate dead. I never got that identified.
Yes.
Elixir of Horus Ray. When consumed, the elixir allows the imbiber to glow with mystical light that releases a powerful sunbeam. I mean, sure. Why not? Alright, I think we're pretty much set for a long journey. Going to save here and call it a successful episode 13. In the next one, we head out on a major journey. Another mountain journey, which is awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you next time. Much love, peace, joy, and light to you. Take it easy till next time. So long.